The Avondale-Goodyear Transit Study is an evaluation of transit needs for the cities of Avondale and Goodyear. The study kicked off in July 2020 with a comprehensive review of existing transit service. Additional work completed to date includes an analysis of existing and projected population and employment conditions, a review of best practices in similar operating environments, an online survey that generated 460 responses, and discussions with community stakeholders. The Avondale-Goodyear Transit Study will evaluate the viability of new and/or improved fixed route and flexible transit service options. Fixed route services consist of circulator, local, and express bus routes, all of which have consistent routes and schedules. Circulator routes connect residents with nearby destinations, make frequent stops, and run on a variety of streets. Local bus routes also make frequent stops, but run exclusively on major arterial streets. Express routes transport commuters from park and rides to major activity centers such as downtown Phoenix. Express routes typically run during peak commute hours only during weekdays. Flexible services include ADA paratransit, microtransit, and partnerships with transportation network companies. Of these three services, only ADA paratransit is currently provided by the cities of Avondale and Goodyear. ADA paratransit service is limited to riders that are unable to ride fixed route transit service. Paratransit trips are door-to-door, but also require reservations in advance. Microtransit service is similar to ADA paratransit, however, it is open to the general public. Reservations are typically made using a smartphone app, similar to Lyft and Uber, and wait times are generally less than 15 minutes. Some transit providers partner with transportation network companies, such as Lyft and Uber, to offer their residents trips at subsidized rates. The Avondale ZOOM is a circulator route that runs mostly within the city of Avondale. The service runs every 30 minutes, 7 days a week. Routes 3 Van Buren and 17 McDowell Road are regional bus routes that connect the cities of Avondale and Goodyear with Phoenix and Scottsdale. Routes 562 Goodyear Express and 563 Avondale Buckeye Express are routes that run on weekdays only. These services offer multiple trips between park and rides in Avondale and Goodyear to downtown Phoenix during early morning hours and return trips during the late afternoon. The Avondale ZOOM is a circulator route that has grown over the past decade, from a 12-mile route that ran on weekdays only to a 29-mile loop route that runs in both directions and operates 7 days a week. The Avondale ZOOM now serves several major corridors and destinations within the city of Avondale and also extends to portions of Goodyear and Tellison. The range of transit options in Avondale and Goodyear provide mobility to a variety of community members, including residents, employees, and students. Areas with the highest need for transit are concentrated in Western Avondale between I-10 and Buckeye Road. Transit need in Goodyear is generally much lower than in Avondale. Based on the key findings of past work and community feedback received in late 2020, a range of potential transit service enhancements and capital investments have been identified. These include improvement and expansion opportunities for the Avondale ZOOM and Valley Metro regional routes, new transit service options such as microtransit and flexible employment routes, as well as the creation of mobility hubs to connect many of these different transit options. The Avondale ZOOM route currently serves the majority of developed portions of the city of Avondale. However, certain segments of this route do not generate significant ridership. A potential improvement to the Avondale ZOOM route includes shortening the route and concentrating services on corridors with the highest ridership. This would allow more frequent service along preserved segments of the route. Segments of the route that would be discontinued could be served by microtransit. Potential improvements to existing regional routes include an extension of the Route 29 Thomas Road to the city of Avondale, as well as frequency improvements and the addition of Sunday service on routes 3 and 17. Microtransit is a transit option provided in many cities that are similar to Avondale and Goodyear in terms of density as well as street patterns. Microtransit could be tested in several areas of Avondale and Goodyear, as well as neighboring Tullison. These areas include low density, single family areas, as well as areas that have significant employment. Microtransit works well for people who need more flexibility than typical fixed route bus service and can be used in an easy format by hailing a ride using an app. Microtransit can also be extended to serve growing portions of Avondale and Goodyear over time. Flexible employment shuttles are another potential solution for some of the employment centers located on the edge of Goodyear. These areas could be served by routes that are a hybrid of fixed routes as well as microtransit, providing the flexibility of both a reliable schedule as well as flexible routing. Mobility hubs are conceptual sites that are essentially small transit hubs that can connect multiple modes of transportation. Potential elements of mobility hubs include bus stops, parking for both transportation network companies, as well as carpool, vanpool, and micromobility parking for bikes, scooters, as well as other community benefits. The following map shows the recommended future transit options for both cities of Avondale and Goodyear. These changes would likely be implemented over the course of several years and could be expanded as development continues. The Avondale-Goodyear Transit Study will continue to obtain feedback from community members through an online survey that will be made available through the end of April 2021. Based on the community feedback, service and capital concepts will be refined and converted into recommendations. These recommendations will then be phased over a 20-year period